Hello, in this Citra emulator video, I'm going to show you how to connect up your PlayStation 4, also known as a DualShock 4 controller, to your Windows machine so you can play 3DS games with it. And I'll have separate videos to do this on Mac, on Linux, and other emulator videos as well. Daily, videos coming every single day. So, to do this is really simple. You can either connect this via a micro USB cable, and connect the micro USB here, the other end on your PC, plug and play, any drivers required, Windows will handle, or you can use Bluetooth, which you just gotta put this into sync mode and you're good to go, which is what we'll be doing. So if I open up Bluetooth, and you can either go to add Bluetooth and click Bluetooth, or go to the older menu in devices and printers and click add device over here. And this is the more Windows 7 style menu. Either one is fine. I always opt for the newer menu. And if this doesn't work, I'll fall back to the older one. I'll find sometimes that works with certain devices that this doesn't. Okay, so this works with the newer DualShock 4 controllers where the light appears through the touchpad, and the older ones where it doesn't. Okay, the other thing is, that's it. Let's just put this into Perry mode. To do that, you press the share button, the PlayStation button, the same time for about 5 seconds, and this light will start flashing pretty fast. So let me do that now. There we go, it's flashing. Go to Bluetooth, it'll appear as wireless controller. Click it, this will go solid once it's connected. There we go, solid. Click done, and all you gotta do is this is just a check. Type in game, go to setup USB game controllers, go to properties, and if you move the joysticks, click them, press buttons. If it triggers events, you're all good to go. And there's one extra thing I will do, and this is purely just so we can get the touchpad working. And if you don't want the touchpad working, I'll do the extra bit at the end, and then you can just end the video if you don't want the touchpad and you just want to use like the mouse, for example, when triggering the stylus. Okay, so if we open up Citra and go to emulation, configure, controls, I'll clear all, and literally what we can do, you can either press one of them and like press a key and like that, for example, and you can either like map like the joysticks, for example, or we'll clear them. You can do auto map. This is fantastic. Click auto map. It says after pressing OK, press any button on your joystick. So it just uses that as sort of like a base. And so just click anything. I'll just usually move the joystick. So click it, move one of the joysticks, boom. Everything is now configured. It detects dead zones, and fantastic. It's all done, ready to go. My only change I would make in this, and this is my personal preference, is that the A has got mapped to circle, which is I guess where A would be, and then B has got mapped to X, where it would be on like a Nintendo controller. It's just not like that on an Xbox controller, for example. So I might swap that, and I might swap X and Y. But other than that, I'm happy with it. Remember, you can always create a new profile for different games, for different genre of games. But that's it. You can click OK, and you can basically start playing your game. If you want to be able to use the touchpad as a mouse, let me show you the extra step. It's not too complex, to be fair. You will need to download something extra. You'll need to download DS for Windows, and just go to this GitHub link. I'll actually provide a link to it in the description. Download now and click the 64-bit, or actually you can check. So if you go to this PC or my computer on older Windows, go to computer, system properties. If it's a 64-bit, then you can download either the 64-bit or 32-bit version. Just recommend 64-bit. If you say 32-bit, you have to use 32-bit. And okay, so this is 32-bit, x86, x64 is 64-bit. And we'll download zip. You can download the 7-zip version and extract that using 7-zip if you have it. But I'm going to download the version that will be the most compatible with most people's computers without installing extra software like 7-zip. So if I right click it, click extract all, extract. Shouldn't take too long, just a few seconds. And go to DS4 Windows and open this up. Okay, so this will appear. Click install VIG M bus driver. If it doesn't, and you can use it without it, possible this VIG M bus driver has been installed via something else. That happens if you've got some other controller software. Click that. It will, let me install it. And also, here's a little tip: if you click that and it just gives you the option to remove it, just do the remove, then reinstall it via this button. Sometimes there's some remnants, it doesn't work as well. That's it. If you're on Windows 7, you can install a 360 driver. We don't need to do that. If you're on Windows 7, feel free to do that. And there's a couple of other things, but we don't need them. So click finished. And now click start. It detects the controller, changes it to blue, but we can actually change this, which is pretty cool. So you can go to, use custom color if you want to. So feel free to change that color, but I'll leave as is. And what we're really interested is just making the touchpad into a mouse. Everything else will leave the same. So we'll go to profiles, new. And do you want to use a preset option? Choosing no will cause the profile editor to use an empty gamepad profile. Click yes. You want it to be a gamepad. You want this to be DualShock 4, otherwise Xbox 360, Citra I find is iffy with that, and you need extra steps like Joy 2 key for that, which is it's annoying. Click apply, and now if you go to touchpad, and as long as you've got this output mode as mouse, which should be by default, you can move this around. And what you can do is, so the left click is the left mouse button. The right touch is also the left mouse button. So anywhere where you click on it, it's a mouse button. And to touch is the right mouse button. And, if you click at the top, it's a middle mouse button. But anywhere, generally speaking, is left mouse. And that's it. So that means that's all we need to do in DS4 Windows. There's a lot more, information or stuff that you can do here. So let's go to this again, DualShock 4. And obviously feel free to save this profile. I'll call it, DS4. Save. And there we go. We have this profile and we can still move it around. If I minimize this and close this down, now I can literally open this up. Here we go. Let me turn the volume down. Now I can press circle for A, or press X, which will be like B, which will take us back. And if we go circle again, I can press up and down. So if I press X to go back, what I can do, like I said, I can use this as a mouse and then click it. There we go. So I can use this as a mouse. And let's see if I go to this right here, click that, there we go, and that's it. So I honestly can't remember who, but somebody on Reddit commented on my Des Mumi video, which is a Nintendo DS emulator, about my DualShock 4 setup video. And I think I might have sworn in the comment, to be fair. But he did make a point that if you're going to do a DualShock 4 video, why not map the stylus, the touch feature, to the pad? And I was like, that's a great idea. When I do it for the 3DS, which I was planning on doing right now, I thought I'll just implement the touchpad as well. So, thanks for the feedback from him, even if he did swear. I think he did. But even if he did, it's fine. you know, feedback is feedback. So thanks for watching, and there's a link in the description for the Discord group. Feel free to join that. There's a Citra channel there where you can post all your Citra 3DS, you know, emulator related questions, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next emulator video. Let me know what other emulator videos you would like to see, and if you did enjoy this. Also, this video is not condoning piracy, etc., etc. Bye bye.